we're interrupting our coverage. There has been a threat to publicly release government material long shrouded in secrecy.
Are they people?
No.
Do you think there could be others?
People have a right to know the truth.
What are you gonna do?
Full disclosure to the whole world, all at once.
If you do this, there's no undoing it.
There will be no other day like tomorrow.
Boom! Morning, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you're all well. Disclosure Day, as you've seen there. Steven Spielberg. Directed by Steven Spielberg. Disclosure Day. So, I don't know about anybody else, but kind of a spooky, ominous trailer. I mean, the reason I'm mentioning this, to be honest, is, well, the future here, the alien deception, as many people will know, is coming down the road here, the alien deception. Now, it massively sort of links in to the whole Satan's Little Season issue, to be honest. The crack is at the end of time, basically. According to the Bible, Satan's Little Season will end, the world will end, and Satan's Little Season will end by ultimately, how do I put this? The world is going to attack the camp of the Saints, which is in the North Pole. Right. How do I explain this a bit better? So, again, this is only for believers, to be honest, but you might be a believer come the end of this show, to be honest. So I would, not this show, the actual show of the world. Yeah, right. So the whole theory is, and I'm quite I'm going to go with this one rather than pre-tribulation, to be honest. The theory is that Christ reigned on earth for 1,000 years, the millennium reign of Christ, approximately 70 AD to 10,070 AD. Then God knows if we've added years onto the timeline, not sure. But everything sort of started to kick up about the 1500s, and the world we know today was kind of born in like the 1500s up until sort of the 1800s. There was a bit of a mini ice age, sort of the 1800s, killed half the world, and then the world that we really know was kind of secondarily born out of the 1800s, really. If you sort of look back, so everything starts cooking in around the 1500s. We start exploring, etc. And by the 1800s, we industrialise, and then we're here where we are today. So everything's starting to start around the 1500s, and we have these apparent dark ages, which were probably the light ages. Again, the millennium reign of Christ. It was probably the light ages, but Satan turns everything backwards, so to speak, upside down. So we've been told it's the dark ages when it was not. And yeah, all these buildings around the world that we couldn't build, that's when they were built, in the millennium reign of Christ. So where does all this link into that? So basically, the end sort of crack of Satan's Little Season is that the devil will deceive the world, all four corners of the world. In fact, hold on, I'll get you the verse. Bear with me. So here we are, Revelation 28. or 20.8, whichever you want to say, describes the aftermath of Satan's release, where he goes out to deceive the nations, referring to the symbology as Gog and Magog, from the four corners of the earth, right? So that kind of means everybody, right? Not everybody, but the majority. These deceived nations, again, deceived, these deceived nations gather for the battle against God's people, the camp of the saints, in the final symbolic assault. Right, so that's the crack, Revelation 20.8. The final move, after Satan's been released, in Satan's little season, Satan in effect, but he will use human beings, obviously, world leaders. He will be deceived into taking up arms and going to attack God's people in the camp of the saints in the north, is the crack, right? And that's kind of what the aliens are about, to be honest. Again, there's been a crack for a long time, a real long time here, about an alien deception. Again, it's been a crack for over 20 years, maybe more, to be honest, maybe more. Alien deception. Right, so what the plan is here is you're going to be deceived into thinking aliens have landed, and that the aliens aren't friendly, and in that you will be deceived into going north, and like the sands of the sea, and going to attack God, which kind of ends the world. So can I get Revelation 20.8, and just as we go out to the nations of four corners of the earth, Gog and Magog, to gather them for battle. The number, they are like the sands of the sea, which means there's a lot of people. The sands of the sea, it means a lot of people. So, long story short, that's kind of the crack. At the end of Satan's little season, everybody's deceived to go to war against God in the north and the camp of the saints. And how that is going to be done is you're going to be deceived into thinking God and God's people in the camp of the saints is aliens, right? That's the crack. There is no aliens. There's never been aliens. The aliens are in effect demons, and you're being deceived into believing that the demons are aliens, and the demons are going to convince you to take up arms against God and try to fight God, which I'll tell you now is not a real good idea, to be honest. He's quite powerful, that God, real powerful indeed. He kind of created everything, and fighting him isn't going to come out well. It's not going to come out well at all. In fact, we know it doesn't. We absolutely know it doesn't come out well, and that's the end of the show here. So yeah, this ominous trailer, and they've put Steven Spielberg on the bad boy here, so they're not fucking around here. They're not fucking around if Spielberg stepped up and he's here just to fucking crack this bad boy out. Yeah, disclosure day. Again, that the whole, you're kind of getting drip fed the whole alien thing in the background there, because that's what they'll do, drip feed you. They will not do it like this film and drop it on the entire world in one day. No. You will be pre-programmed with all of this, and this is what this is. This is pre-programming for the actual disclosure, which is going to take place in the very near future. Possibly, though, I mean, it's kind of like we have a third world war, and the third world war is brought to an end, kind of because aliens turn up, and the aliens are the bigger threat than the world war. So we all sort of gather together to go and fight the aliens instead of fighting each other. Is kind of the crack. So, I mean, you'll get to watch this play out. You know, that's the beauty of this. Everything I've said, should it be true, you get to watch it. It's all going to play out right in front of your eyes. There is no escape from this, if what I said is true. There is no escape. It is the end of the Bible, the end of the show. So, yeah, disclosure day. Again, the reason they're dropping this film on you and it's so, like, ominous and fucking doom-filled and the aliens are coming, But yeah, that's what it's all going, that's what's going down here. It's Revelation 28. The aftermath of Satan's release, where he goes out to deceive the nations from all four corners of the earth. The deceived nations gather for the battle against God's people and the camp of the saints in the final symbolic assault. So, yeah, that's kind of the crack, and how the devil and the demons, Satan, Lucifer, gets the people to go and attack God, because that's a real dumb plan by anybody's standards. You do not attack God. He will do you in here. You will meet your end and your second end as well. Yeah, don't attack God. Probably not the best idea here. So, how do you convince all these people it's a good idea to attack God? Well, you tell them that it's aliens. So, that's kind of the crack here. And that's what the alien deception, again, that's been talked about for quite some time. Let's have a look. Hold on. So, just on AI mode here on Google, I just typed in the alien deception. I didn't type in a date or anything. And it comes up with all these books about the alien deception. So again, it's not something I'm making up. Also, I did not write the Bible. I think that should be evident to everybody. I didn't write the Bible. Yeah, but that's the crack. Where Ripley's Believe It or Not, but ultimately, I'm going to be right in the end, probably. Keep that in mind, because those conspiracy theorists always are. So, when all this kind of goes down, and you're trying to be coerced into going to fight in the north here against the aliens, remember what was said? Remember what was said here? They are not aliens. You're going to attack God. Believe it or not, you will believe it after you've attacked God. You'll find out real quickly what the fuck's going on here. So yeah, you're going to be deceived into going north and attacking God and God's people and the camp of the saints. And that completely fucks us all, to be honest. Here anyway, that fucks us all here. That's the end of that. So, yeah, but as I say, Ripley's Believe It or Not, you get to watch this play out completely, according to us, according to our narrative here. There's the film being dropped on you again, in the Super Bowl as well, Super Bowl trailer, big, going for the big audiences here. The world needs to see this film. It's part of the propaganda. You do not understand here. You need to see this film. It is part of the propaganda. It will fuck you over later down the line, when you're being deceived to go and attack God's people in the camp of the saints. So yeah, again, I'm not gonna even come forth with any sort of real proof of any of this, to be honest. I'm just gonna tell you the crack, and if you believe me, you believe me, and if you don't believe me, you don't believe me. And I'm not really bothered if you don't believe me. That's it's your bed. You make your own bed. But I'm just telling you the crack here. The crack is everyone's going to go be deceived into thinking aliens have landed when they're really going to attack God in the north. And this is all preparation. This is all preparation to get you into the mindset that aliens are here, aliens are coming, and they might be hostile. So we might need to go and fight them. And again, I will play you one thing, actually. Bear with me just a second.
What is at stake is more than one small country. It is a big idea, a new world order, where diverse nations are drawn together in common cause to achieve the universal aspirations of mankind: peace and security, freedom, and the rule of law.
And so I say we must clean the house of white America of racism.
Here's a man who's in the shit here in the old Epstein files. I'm looking for the rest of that George Bush speech. To be honest, he goes on about aliens. Bear with me, I'll find it in a second. Sorry, it was. That's why I couldn't find it, because it wasn't Bush. It was Ronald Reagan here who said it, not Bush. Yeah, hold on.
With General Secretary Gorbachev. When you stop to think that we're all God's children, wherever we may live in the world, I couldn't help but say to him, just think how easy his task and mine might be in these meetings that we held if suddenly there was a threat to this world from some other species, from another planet, outside in the universe. We'd forget all the little local differences that we have between our countries, and we would find out once and for all that we really are all human beings here on this earth together. Well, I don't suppose we can wait for some alien race to come down and threaten us, but I think that between us we can bring about that realization. In our
So, again, an alien threat that's going to come down, and so we all have to unite. And after we unite, then we're going to be sent to the North Pole to attack God's people here at the Camp of the Saints in the final symbolic assault. So that's what the whole alien thing is about, in essence, and why they are going to disclose real aliens in the very, very near future. But the reason that they're doing all this is for the final end game assault, and ultimately deceiving everybody into going to attack God and the Camp of the Saints in the North. So that's the tale. Again, you're kind of watching it play out, to be honest. Again, I've known this for a long time. And when they dropped this disclosure film here recently, it just absolutely plays into the whole agenda, to be honest. Oh, got an advert here. Yeah, it absolutely just plays into the whole agenda and the biblical tale, so to speak. Again, that is the end crack for the biblical tale. And how they get everybody there is they lie to everybody. Again, Satan is the deceiver. You're being lied to quite a lot about everything. Satan is the deceiver, and you will be coerced into thinking the aliens are here and they're bad, and they're coming to get us, so you need to go and kill them. And this is the propaganda here to get it into your minds that that's what's happening.
You're interrupting our coverage. There has been a threat to publicly release government material long shrouded in secrecy.
Are they people?
No.
Do you think there could be others?
People have a right to know the truth.
What are you gonna do?
Full disclosure to the whole world, all at once.
Boom. Full disclosure to the whole world, all at once. So, I'd get ready for it, because it definitely is coming. It definitely is coming. Because it's part of the final plan. That's why there's this alien deception and Project Bluebeam. Yeah, that's another thing mentioned in it all. Has been talked about for, well, as long as Ronald Reagan's said that speech. Do you know what I mean? I think that was in the 80s. So, Ripley's Believe It or Not, as usual. Sit where you want, do what you want. But that's kind of the crack, in a way. Again, you'll believe it when you see it, I suppose. Leave it there, peace.